but so many exciting things happening for this run. I think we're just about ready to get going. So I'm going to pass you over to H-Dog and the team to take us away with Harp. Thank you, H.
Hey team! Good to have you all here. I am H-Dog. I am going to be running Harp % for you today, which is just the first 3 dungeons of Skyward Sword. I have got my wonderful friends, A Variety Pack and a Mini with me today. I can't spell friend. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name's A Variety Pack. I am a runner of Harp as well, and any % occasionally.
And hi, I'm Mini 352. I am not a runner of this. I've done like 2 runs. I'm more of an SD runner, but I know some stuff about this game, so I'm here too.
Mini knows. And with that, I believe we are just about ready to start. Should I give a 3, 2, 1 so we're all ready?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I am so ready.
Let's go! 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, you got this.
Yes!
Good luck.
So we've got some scintillating gameplay to start with. I'm just going to be skipping all of these cutscenes, which was a really nice quality of life update they added for the HD version, that we can now skip most cutscenes, not all. So I'm going to be just getting myself outside as fast as I can to go and speak to Professor, is it Hallwell, this one?
I think that's right.
Yeah. Everyone seems so excited to see Link.
Look at that fast text.
Yes, fast text is one of the main improvements from SD to HD, in addition to the ability to skip cutscenes on normal mode. The fact that we can sort of mash the B button and sort of get through all of the text in one instead of having to like manually, consciously think about text speed in SD is a really, really nice improvement.
Yeah.
If anyone is used to the SD run, you're going to notice a very, very stark difference to start with here, is that I'm not immediately killing Link.
What? You survived more than 2 minutes?
Due to the lack of a reset button on the Switch, we cannot do back in time in this run, so it's going to be quite normal for what you're used to for a casual run, with a few skips and tricks put in along the way.
Yeah, and did I see correctly that you're playing on hero mode right now?
I am playing on hero mode, Mini. Do you want to tell everyone what that means?
Yeah, so on hero mode, you take double damage, which is useful in some parts of the run where you want to do a death warp to skip some backtracking. And also on hero mode, you have a more powerful Skyward Strike. Basically, you start the game with the max power Skyward Strike, which is very useful for killing enemies, and it also goes further, which is going to let us do some tricks later on.
It is indeed. So for this part of the run, before we've even got a sword, the main thing I'm focusing on is my stamina management. So I'll be rolling to get my speed up to as fast as it possibly can, and using the whole thing and then letting it refill 2 segments and just reusing that until I go through a load zone. Because those 2 bits refill slightly quicker. So we have our practice sword, we're going to go and rescue our loft wing. All those bits I've been skipping through was the game telling me that my loft wing's been stolen and Groose took it. And we need to go and find it before we can get the game started.
Not our poor loft wing.
I know!
How dare they? What?
Yeah, this game does have a bit of an intro, and you can't really do much about it, but it's all just movement, which is pretty much what the whole run is anyway. Like, most of Skyward Sword runs are just movement optimization, managing stamina, cutting corners and stuff.
Now, good runners can actually roll into that stamina fruit, but the amount of times I have just rolled straight off the edge, I just know.
That's
just
fair.
no. So a neat little thing. I've not done it right there, but some cutscenes actually refill your stamina gauge. So you want to go into them with as little stamina left, so you're using as much of it as you can. Had I done that properly, I would have been able to go in, having used all my stamina, and gone as fast as I possibly could have, but sadly Link ran out of stamina.
Still a lot faster than I would be doing H, especially.
Just demonstrating what happens when you run out of stamina.
Yeah, exactly. Full showcase.
And I learned on my warming up this morning that if you try and climb up that ledge too far to the right, then Link just won't climb it.
Oh,
So,
I don't think I knew that.
I don't think I did either. Thank you for that.
like, what is happening? Why is he not climbing?
Everybody make
Soft
notes.
locked.
Quick, chat. Make notes. Make notes.
Honestly.
Right, what could be over here, I wonder? Oh my god, it's the Loftwing.
We found him. We're going to set him free.
So this is the first instance of us using Skyward Sword's main gimmick, I suppose you could say, which is motion controls in terms of using the sword. It is generally one-to-one, but the game makes a very big point to make sure that you are using the correct direction whenever you're actually trying to do a sword slash.
Yeah, and in Skyward Sword SD, that was on the Wii, so it had the sensor bar, which it would use to kind of recalibrate your controls every now and then. But they don't have that in HD, so you have just a dedicated button, and it makes a little noise. So you'll likely hear that little ping noise very often throughout the entire run.
Very, very often.
So there is a fun trick you can do here to get a fast Loftwing tutorial, but I have never been able to figure it out. If you flap the bird and cancel Zelda's last text box with the first amount of text box, it makes the game go slightly funny and it finishes much earlier than it would have done normally, but I have never been able to figure that out.
It's definitely tricky.
It's so strange, isn't it? Yeah, just go through all the bits that Zelda tells you to do as quickly as possible, and she'll eventually decide that everything's fine and we can carry on and do the Loftwing ceremony. So in canon, what's going on today is that it's the day that everyone can graduate from night school, and the way they decide that is by having a Loftwing ceremony. So Zelda is very worried that Link wasn't going to be able to do it, and he'll not get out of bed in time because she's playing the role of the goddess and she wants to speak to Link on top of the statue and not Groose.
And to make it harder on us, Groose and his team are not exactly going to be playing very fair.
Please.
It's okay though, because he has the best character.
None of which we get to see in this run.
Yeah.
We don't get to see it, no. But it
We end the run
happens,
just
we all
before
know
it.
There is an element of RNG to this, but it is mostly me just not panicking and just doing what I'm supposed to do. So first off, I'm going to use up all of my charges, so hopefully they'll come back again by the time I have to catch the Loftwing. I'm going to stay high, because he can either go left or right, so I'll need to be able to get to him quickly. Yes, quickly. Got it, there we go.
Nice.
And the second round, so Bruce is going to knock me off because he's not a nice person. We're going to tell him to bore off, and then we're going to try again. So we're going to get up high. We know that the Loftwing is always going to go right this time, so I'm getting ready for that. Hopefully, it should just sort of fly into me. And if I don't panic and think I'm not going to fly into it, then it should just fly into me. However, H panicked.
One other notable thing about flying is that in addition to using all three of your charges immediately, for the sake of this particular little wing ceremony, it is indeed faster, generally speaking, when flying throughout the sky, to use up all of your charges immediately and then wait for them to refill, just because it's the most expedient way to get those back.
Yeah, and now we're on the Phi Escort part, which is, I believe, where that bid war comes to an end.
Yes. Am I saving the remlet or am I slashing it?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're going with violence H. It looks like we're slashing it today.
Yay!
Of course. Minnie's like, yeah.
Minnie.
What do you mean, yay, Minnie? That's actually slower.
But it's a ramlet.
I was just going to tell you as well, H, that a lot of chat are saying that you've got no biscuits today. So I just wanted to remind people that if you donate with a comment of biscuit, I will read them out for you and give them virtually to H. Look at that.
Nice.
$5 biscuit donation train. Maybe. Maybe.
Biscuits! Yeah, I don't actually have any biscuits with me right now.
What?
What? But I do have a Tonics tea cake saved, ready. For the end.
Ooh, nice dodge.
Bye!
Yay!
Oh, look. This is what you paid for, people. Off the cliff.
He deserved it.
And that's the smoothest I've actually done it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, beautifully done, H. Beautifully done.
This is where we usually tell multiple keys to bore off because they try and ruin my life. But they seem to be behaving today, which is quite nice. That tube decided to commit suicide.
If I can
Spoiling the ramlet.
If I can just be bitter for just a second, there's this thing that apparently that happens in this game sometimes, where if you're a little bit too far left, we think, on the vines while you're climbing up, sometimes feet will either just not follow you or move really slowly, and that's just time loss that you just sort of have to eat. So it's I make it a conscious effort at least when I do runs to stay sort of as close to the middle of the vines as possible.
Fair enough, yeah. I bonking just then, I've never bonked. Did that seem to make the cutscene happen sooner? Am I imagining that?
I don't know.
I also don't know. I never do this in runs because I run SD. We do back in time.
You skip this part.
You do pull out the sword like 3 times though or something, right? No, you save the
Yeah.
Loftwing 3 times, that's what you do.
We pull the sword twice and save the Loftwing twice.
Don't you pull the sword in back in time?
Yeah, we pull it in back in time, and then we have to go back and pull it not in back in time as well.
Again, for real.
So I guess speaking of back in time, just like a brief overview, if you've seen SD runs, it's the glitch where you play on the title screen, and in SD it basically is the entire run, but you can't do it in HD, so it's more just playing the game normally in this run.
But quicker.
This is kind of introducing a bit of a mechanic. Whenever we see those crests, we've got to Skyward strike them. I'm trying to skip this cutscene, it's not skippable, but and it makes things happen.
Yeah, I'm really never sure, like, what criteria the game uses to consider a cutscene to be skippable, because there are some cutscenes where I feel like they should be, and they're definitely not for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like the one before Girahim is very integral to the plot, and that's skippable. The one before Scaldera, definitely not skippable.
The game's keeping you on your toes for what you can
Yes.
skip. Oh, it's gotta be on edge at all times.
So Fledge has very kindly made us an adventure pouch to take on our adventure with us.
Thanks, Fletch.
Really nice of him. And Professor Owlin is about to give us a shield as well, so everyone's, very supportive of Link's adventure.
They just want him off Skyloft ASAP.
Just get gone.
He's a menace. He's an absolute menace to society. Get off.
Look here, take this wooden shield, it'll definitely save you.
Stapled together.
Something I want to mention about H said something earlier about cutscenes refilling your stamina. For some reason, one of the only exceptions to that is any cutscene that involves Fee. So if Fee or Phi, however you want to pronounce it, is the object of the cutscene interruption, then your stamina bar will not refill. It's a bit of an arbitrary thing that they decided to add.
Oh dear, what am I doing? What am I doing? It's alright, we made it. We made it.
We just went on a little scenic route, H. It was quite nice of you to show us.
Yeah. You might have noticed, just before H started flying there, when she jumped off of Skyloft, she kind of jumped and curved to the left before calling the Loftwing. And that was so she would enter the sky from a different loading zone, which would start closer to the Farron Pillar. And that will be important a bit later on in the run. Well, it might be.
Are you
I'm
gonna
not sure
go
if I do
for?
that.
Are you gonna go for the linear run?
I tried it, and I can't make it work. I don't understand.
We'll go for it anyway.
We'll go for it. We'll see what happens.
I think you have to dive for a lot
Absolutely.
longer than you expect.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, you do the fancy side hop
Nice.
method. My god.
Oh, yeah. There are certain things in this one I can do.
Ooh, pulling the sword before. Nice.
What inspired you to speedrun this game, H?
It's my favourite
Yeah,
Zelda game, and it's how I got into speedrunning as well. I, at one point in my life, was feeling a bit sad and wanted some nostalgia, so I wanted to try and find the soundtrack that I could listen to while I was working. Obviously, there were some really incredible covers on Spotify and things, but I wanted the actual game music.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, speedrun, like, I'll be able to listen to a lot of the music on that, won't I? And then I started watching SD runs, and not much of the music at all, but at the same time, and this was,
You can hear the title screen music for 2 hours.
yeah, I was like, what on earth is going on here? And yeah, and that's how I got into speedrunning. So Skyward Sword, very much a favourite Zelda game, but also how I got into speedrunning as well. So when the HD version came out, I thought, oh, go on, let's give this a bash. It looks like
I
fun.
love it. That's what matters as well, isn't it? Having fun along the way.
Oh, bonk. There we go. We will make it into the store. And
You
yeah,
saw-
I find that so funny now. Go on, Variety.
Oh, you saw H do a bit of a jump slash into all of those air pillars, and that accomplishes two things. One, it lets you start the ride up a little bit higher, so it saves however many frames that is, but it also makes it so the geyser is less likely to just disappear on you, which is very prone to do if you just want to run into it instead.
Yes, that's not funny when that happens. Not funny at all. So this is the old one, who we definitely haven't seen before and definitely won't meet at any other point in the game, other than in here.
It's time for the final boss of this game right now.
Ooh.
Can you get it?
Sure. There we go.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Nice.
First try.
And the reason I was so slow with the text boxes then is because I'm really good at just mashing B and then trying to quit out, and the old one being like, no, you got to do it. I'm trying.
Yeah, the placement of that X on the map is bizarrely finicky. This is not the case if you zoom in, but zooming in is also slower, so it's like a give and take that you have to consider when you're making that decision.
Yeah, I've always zoomed in when I do that. You also saw just before talking to the old one, H grabbed a bottle with a potion in, which is mostly just for safety in this run, because it gives you back some hearts. But you don't technically need it for harp, I think.
And we're gonna see some nice.
I was not able to do that this morning, so I'm very happy with myself.
Let's go.
That was the overpowered Skyward Strike I mentioned earlier. It just one-shots all of the enemies.
Beautifully done.
Now, there's one stipulation to that. Minnie, if you want to describe the one condition that you have to meet so that actually works.
Oh, you mean you have to hit them only with the strike itself and not with the sword. Yeah, okay. Because if you hit them, because like the Skyward Strike and the sword are like two separate things. If you hit it with the sword, then it will just do regular sword damage, which is not a lot. So you need to be like far enough away so that only the strike itself hits the enemies.
Log
Log
jump. Log jump. Let's
Nice.
go.
Go on, H.
Oh.
So when you push that log all the way, there's just like a little cutscene, and you just don't push it all the way, you do that little jump, you can skip that little cutscene.
Alright, we're going to be doing a very similar thing to what we saw in those bokoblins before. Very nice.
Oh, that one's got a bit more give in it, which is nice. You don't have to quite be so quick on it. Because you can still get them if they lose interest in you and they're walking away, which is very nice.
Do you mind if I jump in here, H?
Not at all, Abby, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I just wanted to remind everybody that we have just opened at the start of H's run, and it goes through H's run and the next run of Minish Cap as well with Davosphere, that there is a $25 buy-in raffle for some Skyward Sword magnets. These are stunning. They are amazing. Wicked Midler, a member of our community, makes them. I've got some from her myself from the last marathon. They're right in front of me. I cannot express to you how beautiful these are. They really, really are stunning. I recommend that you get those donations in, and just a reminder when you donate to put that towards the reward so that you can get put in the raffle. But $25 minimum for that, 100% worth it. They're beautiful. Absolutely.
I really want them.
I really want them. I feel like I can't donate when I'm hosting. I'll have to wait to Davosphere's run.
Yeah, I'm thinking exactly the same thing. You may have seen.
By getting that, I'm fine to roll down. I would normally have to wait until after I've got the slingshot to shoot that down after I speak to, I've forgotten his name, the Kikwi Elder. Butcher. But if we can do that, we can just skip and get there slightly quicker, which is very useful.
I legitimately did not know that that was the normal condition for actually knocking down that vine.
Ooh.
I don't think I've ever played this game casually.
Yeah, I think my first play through this game in Variety is probably very opposite. I was, this is so beautiful! In tears most of the time. In Variety was like, give me the violin!
I was definitely in tears when it came to the I want to say the Twilight Zone, but I think you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
It's
when I first heard Romance in the Sky, which is one of my favourite pieces of music of all time. Oh my god, no!
Uh-oh.
This is awful. This is awful!
No.
Okay, we can...
That's okay, don't worry, you got this.
There we go. Ooh, we can save this is fine.
Yeah, something that's really obnoxious about just this game in general is literally anything that involves a rope being tightrope or swinging rope. For the swinging ropes, just making sure that you get the correct angles when you're jumping off is really difficult, and for the tight ropes, making sure that you're staying on balance is also really, really hard. H will try to mitigate that by sort of holding the dash button and moving her Wii Remote, her Joy-Cons back and forth to try to keep an average of straight, but it's still really difficult to do.
Yeah, you want to just kind of wiggle back and forth so you don't go too far to one side. But with the motion controls not having a center bar, it can be a bit hard.
So that's what Minnie said earlier about not hitting them with the sword and only the Skyward Strike. Can I?
You can try again, yeah.
There we go, we got there.
Nice.
One interesting thing about taking out those fights, if you are playing on normal mode for whatever reason, is that you don't want to spin attack, even though you think that might do more damage. If you do spin attack, they get knocked to the ground, and you have to finish them with a finishing blow, which is just really, really slow. So it's definitely better to just stand there and try to slash them and avoid their swords whenever possible.
Seeing chat's wiggling. I'm going to wiggle too.
The excitement of seeing the Kikwis.
Rope? I'm just getting very bad rope RNG today. And yes, it is RNG, and it's entirely not a skill issue.
So I guess, in case it's not clear, what we're just doing right now in the run is just finding all of the Kikwis. Because the Elder is worried. Even though we haven't spoken to him, we know he's worried and he wants to know where they are.
We have an affinity with the Kikwi.
It's a good thing too, because if not, we would have to talk to him, and he has this really long cutscene. But he does have a contingency for if you find all the Kikwis before you actually talk to Bucha. So we're definitely going to be making use of that. Hey, money.
You're rich.
I'm just doing some Skyward lawn mowing here. Erla is a Kikui, a few words, and we appreciate them for that. Fun little movement trick here. Link won't grab the ledge if you go up that way, which is very nice. Lord of the hour indeed.
That was a Kikui there? I thought that was just a bush.
He's just so tiny, Minnie. I
Got
will
hide
not
from all these enemies.
Tree. I am not gonna bonk on this tree.
Was that a Hamilton reference?
Yes, it was.
I thought it was. I'm glad Variety asked. Brilliant.
So Booch is gonna reveal the slingshot he keeps in his strange pouch on the back of his tail thing. And H is gonna try some interesting movement to try to get it and also hop off in the matter of a couple frames, I think.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna try for sure. We're gonna fail, but we tried.
Close. If you run up and grab the slingshot and then do a little bit of a side hop to the left, it's possible that you can leave his back and save a little bit of time just going off of it before the cutscene activates.
Yeah. And just then, Butch was like, "Oh, you already knocked down that vine. Good job."
Oh, does he say that? I didn't actually know.
Yeah, he looks at it, he's like, "Hey, why don't you test out your slingshot on this vine?" Oh, you've already done it. Which, by the way, if we didn't knock that down early, then you have to like take a much longer path to get to that area. So it's very convenient that we can do that.
Very, very convenient.
Alright, coming up is every Skyward Sword HD's favorite trick.
Every single Skyward Sword HD.
Every single one.
Would you like to explain it, or would you like us to?
Could you explain it, please? I'm going to concentrate on actually getting the setup right.
Yeah, you got it.
So, coming up is Cube Warp. This is one of the most notorious tricks which requires hero mode to actually do. You might remember Minnie saying something earlier about the Skyward Strike not only being more powerful, but also goes further. There's a goddess cube that is on top of a ledge somewhere, and that is a required goddess cube. It is the only one that is required. So we're going to sort of do a little bit of malicious compliance with the game and say we will get this cube, but we're going to do it in a way that it benefits us. We're going to manipulate a bokoblin that H is going to be coming up on very soon, backflip a few times so we get in a very specific lineup, and make sure that we're as close to the bokoblin as possible, so that when we do the Skyward Strike, it actually sort of moves at an upwards angle, hopefully towards the cube, warping us all the way up there. That was very, very, very close. That was also close, a little bit too far to the left.
There we go.
Very, very nice.
We're up here now. How did that happen?
Yeah.
It's magic.
So this is actually the only goddess cube in the game that teleports you like that. If it was any other goddess cube, you would just stay where you hit it, but because that's the first one, the game wants to do that little cutscene, so it just teleports you up there.
And I very much was excited to be able to do that trick because it skips a whole bunch of rope walking and rope swinging, and I'm not good at rope walking and rope swinging, as we have seen and will continue to see.
And it's worth mentioning, there is a faster way to do that with a trick called Extending Blow, but it's an RNG-based trick. And I believe it only has about a 1 in 8 chance of working on HDs, so it's not really worth going for.
Yeah, because HD is 60 frames per second, it is significantly harder to get than SD.
It does look very cool, though. Go ahead.
They can bore off. Sorry, carry on.
I was never, ever good at walking on the ropes casually, let alone doing it in a speedrun, so I think you've been doing a lot better than I would, so...
I just say it's bad rope RNG and just
Yeah, I like
ignore or blame.
that.
What H did in the previous room there was stand behind a very specific tree, because if you stand behind that tree, there's a Deku Baba does not appear to block your way in shooting the pink diamond switch that you saw up there. So you'll be hitting a lot of pink diamond switches, but that one in particular just has a very interesting defender that we can circumnavigate by being a little bit further back.
I'm not actually sure how we're supposed to do that casually. I've forgotten.
I think you're supposed to, honestly, you're supposed to climb up and shield bash.
Yeah.
That's difficult, that is. That's hard.
Right. Is this the spider roll?
It is.
What I'm going to do first is just get rid of this little friend.
That is a great idea.
And then
It's a little spider.
I'm gonna
Close.
just not be on the right angle and immediately jump off. However, we're going to give it another go and we're going to be straight this time, despite it being Pride Month. Oh no. Oh!
Normally what this game wants you to do is go around to the right and knock down a couple vines, but if you sort of angle yourself and do a roll through this web, you should be able to get through this.
Might just do it the casual way. And roll
I
back.
think that's totally fair.
Yeah.
And remember, there are some pellets in that bush behind you if you want to get those.
I think I will. That's a good idea. Oh, not today, there aren't.
Not today, of course.
No.
I also learned another cool place there were credits that I didn't know about the other day. If I need to use them, then I will.
Yeah, spider roll can be really tricky. I know personally it was a bit of a roadblock for myself. Also, aiming sucks in this game.
I was like, why? I don't understand why this isn't hitting. There we go.
Nice.
We'll do it the other way instead. I'm also just going to stun this bokoblin, also for safety. Reset my gyro and shoot this one.
Yeah, so we're just going around hitting some switches right now to raise the water level, because this is a water temple, apparently.
You can't have a Zelda game without any sort of dungeon where you've got to raise the water level. It's... That did work. How nice. Expecting that to not hit. Just being a little bit further over to the vines here just means we can get up them slightly quicker, which is nice.
Yeah, swimming in this game before getting the, I think it's called the Zora scale or something, it's notoriously awful. So it's, the less you have to do of it, the better.
You mean the water dragon scale?
Sorry, Minnie.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
I mean,
another spider
slightly
friend.
perilous position here, in that any one hit will kill me, so... like that. Just
No.
like that. But it's cool because it means I end up with slightly more health to do the mini-boss with, which we like. We do appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, dying puts you back to 6 health. Or 6 hearts.
Very, very useful. So what I'm saying
can-
is entirely planned.
Yeah.
Stabbing in this game is weirdly difficult for no reason, and I don't know if it's just like a me problem. I don't know if you've experienced this too many, but I've always find myself really struggling to do quick stabs. I always either don't do the stab or end up doing a slash for some reason. And it's just sort of hard to get consistently.
I've never had too much trouble stabbing, but it is a bit finicky.
Just today. In Wind Waker, in the what is it, the Tower of the Gods? The water level goes up and down. There we go, very nice. I didn't even mean to stab, but it happened. Hello, eyes. There we go. Look at me.
Oh, you went counterclockwise.
Yeah, it just makes more sense that way.
Is this a good time for me to talk about our course?
Sorry, Abby, say again.
Is this a good time for me to talk about our course a little bit, or would you rather me wait?
Oh, we're going into a mini boss soonish, but you've got some time.
Absolutely. I just want to remind you, friends, that Rejects of Friends Rapid Fire 2023 benefits Planned Parenthood Federation of America. So all your donations are going towards there. Also, just another nudge that, of course, all your donations can go towards rewards, targets, and polls as well. At the moment, we've got a $25 Skyward Sword magnet reward that I think is stunning. So check that out over at ! Schedule and incentives in the chat. Thank you.
Perfectly timed, Abby.
Oh, thank you. I was trying my best.
If you want more pots, there's another bush on the left that you can go to.
There's also that pillar that was on the right. If you bonk that, that has slingshot seeds too.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's see this mini boss.
Little stealth boss here. You shield bash him, then his arms fall off, and you just get a bunch of free hits.
Damn. Oh dear.
That's okay.
Yeah, the trickiest thing about this fight is if your rhythm gets messed up, it's really hard to get back into that rhythm.
Yeah, for sure. All the way back here. That's fine. That's not too far.
Oh, that's not too far.
No.
But yeah, it's right. He said it's so on rhythm. Once you get your rhythm, it's cool. It just sort of happens.
Wow, you have to unlock that door again? That's dumb.
It is, isn't it? Although I think the continuity aspects of deciding what stays and what doesn't after you die. I bet there were a lot of discussions about that in development.
I mean, it's dumb because you still lose your slingshot pellet.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Nice.
Got into that rhythm. Get the first dungeon item.
But you can just tell they were like, we need something that makes use of the motion controls. In 3D space.
Here, have a bug.
Yeah, have a bug. This is the beetle. He's a little friend. He flies around wherever I tell him to go. And he bonks into things and makes things happen for me. He's a good friend.
Yeah, now you can hit that switch for a third time.
Minnie, if you want to take a little moment to describe optimal beetle strats.
Optimal beetle strats.
Yeah, so flying the beetle, it actually has two different speeds. And basically when you're flying like near horizontal, he goes a lot faster. Not a lot faster, but he goes faster than if you're flying like up or down. So the fastest way to do the flying is to go like up or down until you're at the level you want to be at and then just fly horizontal.
I was about to say about how it's probably one of my favourite rooms in the temple because it just flows nicely, but well, I just said it anyway, didn't I? So better do it.
All right, this poor spider here is
Rip.
Yeah.
Gone. And is it 8 and 7 with this block?
Yes.
We're going to do counting with H, because we all know H notoriously cannot count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Good job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at me go.
Let's
Nice.
go. That was beautiful counting. I love the aggression with it.
I see Abby posted 9:10 in chat. I don't think.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wanted to carry it on. I didn't realise we were studying.
Okay, chat, let's count to 10.
Gonna squeeze a sneaky little donation in here, H.
Can indeed, Abby.
Lovely. We have got a $25 donation from the Bewilderbeast that just says flappers. And that's exactly how I imagine it was intended, the message. Flappers! Beast also put that towards the rewards, the magnets that I've been going on about because they're so beautiful. Also some targets that we've got going on as well. There's for Breath of the Wild happening in about 6 hours time, so there's still some time for that, but you can always put your money towards it, as well as Luigi's Mansion. And we've also got a Say No More No language. And at the moment, Spanish is winning that. I'm surprised. I kind of expected Irish Gaelic to win. I don't know why, but I did. Well, thank you very much, team.
Sabine, thanks, Beast. We've definitely been doing some flapping today. So this next section is very rope heavy. Just
Nice movement. Good.
Nice.
I want to say from the back end that Beast is currently the only one who has donated towards those magnets, so if you want to give Beast a harder time.
Oh, I am. Later.
Don't let Beast just have them, guys. Come on. You can't have that easy of a ride.
Are we doing spider jump?
No, I'm not. I've never tried it, and I'm worried about it.
That's very fair. If you have the beetle, there's already no one.
This for Goblin.
Yeah, he's like a final boss. What is this? Okay, there we go.
Right, okay.
Right.
We've gotten rid much more safely. We're just going to cut the spider down, but it is also possible to swipe him sideways and then jump across while he's swinging. But
Now, Minnie, that's required in SD, right? You have to do
Yes.
spider jump.
Yes. Required in pretty much every category. And also, you only have 2 hearts when you do it.
And if you fail it, that's like a huge run reset case, right? You have to do a whole bunch of stuff over again.
Yeah, depending on the category. In any percent, it would be like 6 minutes lost or something. Maybe more. So these guys are putting up a fight.
I was like, Link, are you going to move? No? Okay, fine.
Camera angle was not being helpful there.
No.
But I've now got a nice, clear rope.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
With no peril. No peril involved.
Unfortunately, we're going to be replacing those awful ropes with these awful ropes.
Now, okay. Does everyone agree we are nicely lined up with this rope? Watch
Yeah.
Link not grab it.
Wow.
Okay, fine. The one
Showing
time.
off now. He's like, haha.
So these
Like-
ropes are
Me. Go on, Variety.
These ropes are terrible for a couple reasons. Number one, the hitbox in terms of like what you feel like you should actually be grabbing onto them is very strange. Sometimes when you think you are not going to grab onto it, you grab onto them, and sometimes when you think you are, you don't. Secondly, it is very difficult to get this amount of speed required to get to the next ropes. Sometimes you think you have enough speed, but you don't instead, and it's really hard to gauge that just based on Link's animation. So it is a practice and a feel thing, but even then, it just sort of feels arbitrary sometimes. Whoa!
Nice.
Woo!
GG.
And also, the way you turn on the ropes is not super intuitive either, because when you jump off a rope, you jump off in the direction of the last time you shook your controller to like make Link swing. So if you like jump onto the rope and then turn left and jump off, then Link will kind of jolt to the right, to the direction you jumped on at, instead of where you were facing. So it's very weird, you have to just know how to do it, really.
H, everyone.
H.
Type a
It's
H in
my
chat
war.
for us. A lowercase h. Nice.
Okay, I'm going to ask you two to commentate this because
I'll leave that to Minnie. Minnie knows what's going on more than I do.
Oh god, okay. So this is Girahim. He's the guy whose feet we saw earlier. And, this first phase, he will, his hand will follow where your sword goes, and after a short amount of time, he will kind of lock it in place. So you want to hold your sword in one direction and go the other way. And if I remember correctly, you want to do a spin and then a stab. That is the optimal way to do it. Then I'll jump back and start the second phase, where he licks his lips and makes a sword appear. And then on this phase, there's a bunch of different attacks you can do. So that's the charge, nice. If you time a spin attack well, then you can dodge that. These are darts, not lasers, and you don't want those. Got another dash here, good spin timing. Some more darts. So these darts, you can't really damage him. Well, lots of dashes. And then, there you go. One where he teleports behind you and you have to avoid his sword. So yeah, this fight is just... Oh.
that's where the motion controls can be really unhelpful because in moving myself around the other way, it took it as a stab, which was very annoying. I was really hoping I could just finish it then. There we go.
Nice.
My heart was in my mouth.
You are so brave for doing the spin timing. I rely on the shield.
I could not get the shield timing at all. I think it's much. I can just kind of be ready for him with my shield out and sword out sideways and flail until he jumps away again.
Nice fight.
Thanks. Wasn't too bad.
I
Heart container because I'm a sissy.
was not mentally prepared to commentate that, but
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for just like lobbing that to you.
yeah, essentially you just have to react to which attack he's doing, and you did that pretty well for the most part.
Minnie, I particularly liked that you have to lick your lips to have a sword appear. That
Now,
whole,
that's what he does. I assume
quite like
licking the
that.
lips is what caused the sword to appear. Like, I think anytime he licks his lips, a sword just appears. I believe that's the lore of the game.
Having his favourite meal, he just gets surrounded.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Minnie. The direction that you have to stand to spin against Girahim is dependent on which direction he's holding his sword. Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll either like put his sword to his right or his left, and so he'll swing it to the right or left, and you have to go in either the opposite direction or the same direction. I don't remember.
I like to imagine that I'm going to slash at his back. That's
That's very smart.
I'm going to stab him in the back, is basically what I did just there. But he's a bit of a meanie, and we'd like him to bore off, so... Oh, Katie's had a realization about my name. Bitch dog. It's a dog with fleas.
Alright, so that fight text you just got was talking about the goddess cube you hit earlier. So if we did the extending blow and skip the cube warp, you actually would skip that text as well, which is kind of nice, if you do go for that.
When I was practicing the other day, I got a bit overexcited and dived too early and ended up by the waterfall, and it was not funny.
Right, so we're just doing the like standard between dungeon stuff right now. You just come back to the goddess statue, place your new tablet in the thing, new light pillar, new area of the overworld.
Now, H removed her shields, and I believe that accomplishes two things, which, first and foremost, if you try to roll, it's a very similar motion in terms of rolling and doing a shield bash, so not having the shield makes it more consistently a roll, as opposed to doing a shield bash. Secondly, we're about to go to the worst area of the game, an area which will absolutely burn and destroy your shields, which is going to be very helpful in Nehru, so H has accomplished two things in one swift motion.
Yeah. The thing with rolling is that, like, normally when you do a roll, it's to go from no speed to full speed, like, as fast as you can. But when you have no speed and you try to shake your nunchuck, or your left Joy-Con, to do a roll, that's the same motion to use your shield, so it can be a bit annoying, and you can very easily just accidentally shield bash the air.
Very useful. So as Variety said, this is the worst area in the game. It just, everything about it hates me, and you're probably going to see me die a few more times. Maybe I should set like a donation thing for it. So we're just running about, getting a feel for the area. Casually, we would be dowsing to try and find Zelda. But we know where we're going, so we're just going to go where we need to go. These are the Mogmas. They like digging.
Yeah, they picked a pretty bad area to engage in their favorite hobby.
At least they don't seem bothered by the lava or the heat.
No, they seem to quite enjoy it.
Well, I think one of the Mogmas says something to the effect of, like, you're such a coward, you don't want to dig because you might hit lava or something like that.
Oh wow, so they really do handle the lava well. Interesting.
Run away from these geese because we don't like them, they're boring. I'm going to attempt a little fun skip here. This little pyre-up is going to run into a hole and start shooting fire at me, unless I can get past him before he does so, which I did. It also skips a little cutscene where you see him running into the hole. Right, okay, this is the most difficult part of the game, and I'm not even exaggerating. I'm going to concentrate.
So what H is trying to do here is roll... Ooh, that looks good. No way, really? That you got robbed.
The curve.
This game hates me, I swear. It does. It just hates me.
So in addition to having to do this, there are two enemies that are behind H. And she jumped in a very particular spot that got both of their attentions, so that they didn't blow fire in her direction. Additionally, when enemies are off camera, they typically don't like to engage with you. So a combination of all of those things is making this process that we're currently seeing a little bit more safe than they normally would be.
These bombs just have a mind of their own.
Yeah, it's...
What is going on here?
Wow.
Oh, I think it's... Am I just taking too long to set up, so they're just... Sometimes I can just roll it and it'll just go and... Oh my god, please!
Oh.
Please!
Oh. Let's go.
We did
First
it!
try. Easy clap.
Nice.
But usually what happens there is that I get endlessly flamethrowered by the pyre-ups, and everything goes wrong and H cries, but not today, which we enjoy.
Not to brag, but my professional Wii bowling skills from back in the day, I really came into helpful when I ran this game.
Handy. I was more of a baseball gal myself.
Ah, yes, of course.
I would like that autosave, please, thank you. So we've got one more Skyward Strike attack here to do. And this one I always do and think, yeah, I've done it! And then there's always one hiding behind a pillar that I've missed.
Yeah, this one's a bit tricky.
This is where my talent for flailing comes in handy.
That actually went rather well.
It was really good flailing.
Yeah, that was really good.
Not too bad.
Let's go.
Digging
DDH.
Mitch. So these are a little fun. Anywhere we can see a little cross on the ground, we can dig, and for the purposes of today, we're just going to be revealing geezers with it, but, or geysers.
Jesus.
A geezer! Revealing
People.
geezers! But yes, we can also get little hearts and rupees and things with it too, casually.
And some key pieces.
And some key pieces that I'm not going to forget today.
Yeah, shout out to the world's least dangerous explosion.
Yeah, no one knows why that doesn't hurt Link, do we? We don't know why that is.
Circles. I'll donate 50 if you get circles right now. Okay.
No.
Speaking of, can I sneak in with a donation here?
Can indeed, Abby.
Lovely. We have $26 from Davo, who says, Flappers a little harder than Beast. And I quite like the competition there. And that Davo has also put that towards the reward. So at the moment, the Midna's beautiful magnets are a fight between Davo and Beast. So if you want to get in on this, you want some of those magnets too, don't forget to donate at least $25 to go towards those. And also, just a reminder, we are obviously raising money for a fantastic charity, Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood states your health is our highest priority, and we believe your body is your own. Have a little bit of a challenge for chat. We're only $20 away from $1,000 raised. I think we can make this certainly in H's run. Thank you.
That one's a little difficult because if you go up the hill too fast, he'll stop throwing balls at you and will get his sword out, and he will curb stomp you and cause you issues.
I've never seen that weaving strat before. That's really smart, actually.
I honestly, it's just like oh good, he's picked up a ball. Let's go. Is the thought process behind that. So we've got more of the same, just slightly more platforms this time. And I'm going to make sure I go up a little bit higher because I have been curb stomped by this guy before, and it's not fun. I'm going to wait for my stamina to refill before running up to the next one. Now, what can happen that's really fun here is that they throw the balls down and they hit these goblins. Very, very useful. So we're just going to go up here. Hope that he doesn't try. He's going to guess.
No.
So I'm not really sure. Okay, right, we're gonna go for it. I'm not really sure what the conditions are for making that happen or not happen. Honestly, it just happens sometimes.
I think it was just spending a bit too long attacking the other guys. They had time to throw their balls.
The Goblin
This is a
AI.
nice custom.
Yes, the Goblin AI is something, isn't it? It's definitely something.
I mean,
See
we
in a
don't.
minute.
Yeah, we don't see it in this run anymore, even at 8%. But Goblin AI during the what is it called? The Elden Volcano, the Dark Elden Volcano section of this run, of this game, is a masterful display of how bizarre the Goblin AI is.
Indeed.
That looks
So
like
now
a
we
run.
just gotta find these 5 key pieces to open the Earth Temple.
Do. I like being able to get Link down that slope before or during the cutscene. It just saves a little bit of time. And we're going to go over to those rocks that I just blew up. I think casually you're supposed to stand on that pillar up there and throw it. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
No!
That was going to happen.
That was heartbreakingly close.
I was like, you can grab it, Link. And he was like, I can't. I can't, thanks. You're just asking too much of me this time.
Am I correct in thinking that this was the first game where the stamina bulb was introduced? Because I remember it being very annoying
Yeah.
as a child playing it.
Yes,
I
it
just want
was.
to run everywhere. Don't give me stamina. Let me run.
Let Link run free.
Oh no.
Oh no.
More of that being too fast
This-
right, and not able.
This game has the strangest hitboxes sometimes.
Nice.
All right, would you like to explain this next thing coming up, or would you like me to?
No, I can do it. So what
Okay,
we're
go
going to
for
try
it.
and do, what we're going to do here is Elden Out of Bounds. What I'm going to do, this little bokoblin friend here, I'm going to lure him up this way. I'm going to set myself up against the rock in such a way that he will damage boost me out of bounds. Hello. Hello. And I'll be able to skip. Nice.
Lovely.
Nice.
Portion of climbing on vines and stuff, which saves about 35 seconds, but you know, every little helps.
Well done.
Thanks.
Whee!
And what am I not going to forget? What am I not going to forget to do? Pick up the flipping key piece. This was all in, which I actually did do on stream, and Minnie told me I'd done it, and I was like, Minnie, that's not a funny joke. And then actually looked and was like, oh no, I did, didn't I? Oops.
Whoopsies.
Minnie, stop being mean. It's not funny.
I'm sorry.
I have never done that before.
Oh, it's alright.
Run, dead. No.
No! Where's that going to put me? Oh my god. But no, we're good. We learn new things every day, team.
Alright, just one more key piece now.
I've got more bomb throwing and rolling here. Which I can confirm I'm slightly better at. I've never done that before yet. The official RAF bingo cards available from... I don't think that's going to work. Well, actually, the hitbox on blowing up
Perfect.
these rocks is actually quite large.
Nice.
How dare you take extra damage?
With the amount of times you've died, H, it's a really stupid idea. So all I've got to do is just get back up to the thing without dying. Oh,
No.
I just told you to stop taking damage. What are you doing?
Come on.
you're regretting asking me on this now, aren't you? Oh no, it's fine. It's good. We're good. We're fine.
Oh,
What?
look at that. That was a convenient death. It took you right to the door. It was intentional, H, wasn't it? Totally, right?
Yeah.
Well, in this case, it actually was definitely intentional.
Yeah. That was an intentional death.
Alright, best dungeon?
No, not even close.
No.
It's not even the best in SD either. I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
I'm
this
quite a
is
fan of the boss.
Harold.
this is one of the dungeons of all time, I'd say.
Indeed.
I quite like spicy
and,
people.
with lots of stuff that just likes to ruin your day.
So you wouldn't have known it just on how quickly H just blew by everything. But there are like a ton of tricks that you can just do from the very outset of this temple. The first one that she did was turn the camera around. Skyward Sword has a weird problem with the camera in that if the camera is not looking at something, it just doesn't like to move. So by turning the camera around at the very beginning of the dungeon, you can make it so that the rocks that she later jumped to very precariously, but completely intentionally, were just not moving, so you could actually get there faster.
Nice. Then also she didn't go for it, but those ropes that she cut to lower that bridge, if you jump off the stairs at the same time, you can skip that little cutscene, but it's a bit finicky.
He likes to ruin my day, so I just thought I'd end his life.
No, I kill every single one of these gosh darn frogs.
Little flame belching frogs that ruin my day. I'm just gonna get rid of him because he worries me slightly.
For good reason. Nice roll.
Nice.
Thanks.
And it is possible to also do another little cutscene skip with that if you throw the bomb in and have it like so it doesn't go far enough to activate that cutscene, but still close enough to blow up the rock. But it's quite precise.
Speaking of skipping cutscenes, H, what are you doing here?
I'm firing up the slingshot so I can get these two to A, split up. They would have done a nice little cutscene where they kind of walk toward me menacingly. No, no. Game, you're not being very helpful. Oh, hello. Another way the game can be vastly unhelpful in that fight is by having one of the Zalfos die between the platforms, so when you stab them, you just fall immediately into the lava. Very, very, very funny of the game, that is.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of clips of runners just doing the ending blow and then backflipping into lava.
Can I squeeze in with a quick donation, please, H?
You can indeed, Abby.
Thank
Just
you.
get
I have some fabulous news. We have just made it over the $1,000 marks raised for RAF already. Thank you very much to Chickadee, who donated $25 to say, Hans Flappers! All the flappers going on. Chickadee also put that money towards the reward, which is the prize. So Chickadee joins the ranks of hopefully winning Wicked Midness magnets. If you want to get involved, make sure !donate in chat and get those donations in. Absolutely fantastic. Look at all this money for charity. You're all amazing.
Good job, team. And thank you, Chickadee. I love how the flappers are just rolling in.
Who can flap the hardest?
Who can flap the hardest?
Alright, H is currently embarking on probably the worst thing about this entire run.
Yes. Agreed.
You know it's possible to skip this with a lava hop?
Oh, hush you.
I mean,
So
what did you say?
If you do a lava hop, you can skip all of this, I think.
Oh, I see.
Variety was having none of that. We were like,
Sorry,
nope.
go ahead.
What makes this segment so particularly awful is that if you fall into the lava, which is extremely likely because this ball's physics are awful, you can... ideal on a world record pace run, you would not be jumping off the ball onto all these little segments here because, you know, it's just slow. But if you... the consequence for doing that is if you do fall off the ball, you have to start all the way over from the beginning of the dungeon if you roll off of it. So H is mercifully saving the marathon just in case by jumping off on these little platforms here.
Yeah, the thing with this ball is that essentially whenever you move forward on it, Link slowly like inches towards the edge of the ball, and once you get too close to the edge, he'll just jump off. And also slashing your sword will make him like kind of jolt forwards a bit. So depending on your position on the ball, you might just do a sword attack and just jump right off. It's really annoying.
Done that many a time.
Same. I've only done like 2 runs and I've done that many times.
I'm gonna get a Skyward Strike up as soon as possible so we can bop this little guy. We can physically tell him to bore off. I think there is a manip you can do, isn't there, to get that cycle to be nice, but I've never tried it.
It's very similar to this thing that you did at the very beginning of the temple. Just it's a camera trick. There is no magic in this game, there's only camera tricks.
So what I'm doing just to make sure Link doesn't get too far to the edge is just sort of, every so often, just letting the Joy-Con stick snap back to the middle. Just to recenter him slightly.
I believe H is gonna go for something very cool and fun here called peg skip. Let's see. By pushing in the peg and jumping off at just the right time. Very, very close.
So close, H.
You can sort of make your way.
Just jumping straight over the ball when he comes off there as well. It gives me genuine anxiety.
Let's see if you can get the. Does this have a name? Like half peg skip?
Consolation prize.
Consolation prize. This is the well done, you tried. Back up. Ta-da!
Nice.
Well, I did not actually know about that one.
Now these are deceptively well, they're not difficult, but they can be unhelpful sometimes. So this first one, we've got this nice little nook to nip into, so we can just hide there while our stamina refills and crack on again. This next one, casually we're supposed to crawl through that hole there and bomb the rocks that are blocking the little cubby hole. We cannot do that here. What we are going to do instead is bait them, hide behind here, and then stutter sprint up. So what I'm doing is just mashing B basically, so it's getting a slight input to sprint and then it's immediately cancelling. It's a much quieter way of doing it. I don't know if it's quicker to actually get him to sprint and then stop again, but I always end up with
I think it's a little faster to just like do a little sprint. Because essentially when you start sprinting, or when you stop sprinting, there's like a little period where Link like slows down, and you don't use stamina, but you still move forward. So you want to just like keep getting that over and over again.
You would really think that stutter sprinting would be useful somewhere else in this run. I don't think there is basically any other place where it is.
No.
Yeah, I think the only other place that I would use it is that Bokoblin from way earlier where you did like that zigzag. I would normally just do a like stutter sprint.
Yeah, that sounds. Because what I often find happens with that is I'll be doing my little weaving, but I'll just take too long to turn, and in that time Link will go whoa and fall, which is unpleasant.
D
in chat. That's how we open the door. We need the power of chat.
We need chat's D's.
Alright. Coming up is something that should have been either removed from this game entirely or reworked in some manner between SD and HD. This is Scaldera, is the boss fight.
Spicy people.
First, we've got a little bit of shopping to do. As you can see, I'm quite low on bombs, so
It's more like theft.
stock up on those.
Maybe if H just drops some rupees.
7 rupees.
With all my money. Or had this been OOT, oh no, there would have been a little, is this scrub or something? Oh, do you Why, yes, I do.
You know, I've never really thought about that chain on the ground there. It's kind of has some implications.
It does, doesn't it?
Anyway, here's Girahim.
Yeah.
Oh, the serving dog escaped.
Let's hope he doesn't lick his lips and get his sword out.
Oh, not today.
Oh,
He's going to send a giant ball at me instead.
Oh my god.
Goodness
Spiky
me.
people.
So this is kind of like this game's version of King Dodongo, where you like just throw bombs into his mouth and blow him up from the inside. Except it's way worse because of this eyeball.
Nice, yeah. The thing that makes this fight so utterly awful is that the hitbox on this eyeball makes no gosh darn sense.
Yeah, I think no one knows that more than you do.
Yeah. I have literally did a spin attack on the eye, point blank, and it just did not hit. It is.
These I'm looking at going, these shouldn't be hitting, and they are.
Yeah, that's what I was trying.
What you like.
So yeah, each time you blow this guy up from the inside, he loses some more rocks, which means you have more area to hit his eyeball. But also, after the first, like, 2 cycles, his eye starts to spawn in random places. So
Is it random?
I think so. The first 2... Well, the first 2 they are random, but you can kind of know what the second one is based on the first one.
God!
But yeah, after you get like 3 cycles, then it's just this.
This fight has no business being in this game.
But the devs were like, oh, people are going to try and speedrun this. Let's put in a really slow, really irritating one. Just mess them up.
Yeah, there is a consistent strat, but it's finicky. It's noisy.
It doesn't sound very consistent if it's finicky. I like Safari's description of this boss as angry Mike Wazowski, because later in any percent, we do fight angry Mike Wazowski's girlfriend.
Dude. This is ridiculous.
Oh, you got this, H. Spicy meatball is always difficult.
Dude, because I've only got 2 bombs left.
Wait, I never noticed that Skaldar has like
There we
devil
go.
horns.
Say that again.
Yeah, he
He
does.
does, doesn't he?
I did not know that.
Just to make him look a bit more evil instead of cute, you know?
Well, it makes him look a bit more Mike Wazowski, if anything.
yeah, it does. It really
They're like, he is not cute. Look at him, he's got horns.
We had a nice donation come in through there, if this is a good time to squeeze that in.
Yes, yeah, go ahead.
Yep, we had a fabulous $75 donation from Anarakis that just says H.
Oh, no, thank you.
Anna also put that towards the rewards, and I believe that is a couple of entries for him, as it's $25 per entry. I'm just going to confirm that, Variety. Is that correct?
I did not anticipate this being an issue. I don't actually know.
That's absolutely fine. Nevertheless, Anna is in the running for gaining a prize. So we'll see who gets Minda's fantastic magnets. And thank you, Anna, for your kind donation.
Thanks, Anno. As we all know, canonically, I am Anno's favourite H. So that is Elden done, thank goodness. 0 deaths. Very nice. Well, 0 unintentional deaths. Which we like and we enjoy.
Nice. 2/3 of the way done. 2 dungeons out of 3.
Let's go.
So to get this loft wing in the right direction, what is it I would need to do, Variety and Minnie, to get the correct load zone?
Well, apparently Minnie thinks that the way I do it is wild and insane, apparently. Because the way that I do it makes it so that you're seeing the Elden pillar as you try to get into the Lanayru pillar. What I would typically do is run off the... Is that gonna... Okay,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Is run off the dock at an angle and hold left, sort of southwest for 5 seconds, and then straight west for an additional 5 seconds. When you call the bird, it will typically show you the Elden pillar, but it will spawn you into the sort of area of the Lanayru pillar. It is a very finicky trick. It's consistent once you get it, but it's one of those things that just sort of sucks to practice.
Yeah. It's So essentially, what you want to do is just dive under the island. And normally when you dive, Link kind of turns to face the way you're going. But somehow you do it, Variety. Like, you dive under the island, but just face the same way the whole time. I just don't know how you do it. But it works, so it's fine.
We're going to dive off at an angle, at this angle.
To the left, yeah.
Yep. Oh, and
just-
just pull it off going, fine, yeah,
That's fine.
That's awesome, very nice. Good job, H.
I mean, if you're not confident in doing that, then calling the bird right away is definitely faster, because failing that means that you have to eat the time that you spent trying to get it, and then additionally this time trying to get to the actual pillar.
Yeah, and if you're not doing the diving under the island, this is the fastest way to go anyway, so...
I don't honestly think it loses that much time, because the 10 seconds that it takes to actually get into that proper loading zone is offset by the time that you have to spend flying over to it by doing it normally. So it's not that much of a time save. It's just one of those optimization things.
A little nice to have. So we're descending into Lanayru here, which I wouldn't say is the land of peril, but it is the land of time loss. So we're about to go into our next sort of big trick that's in this run, and that is brake sliding, which is not unique to Skyward Sword, but I would say probably the most utilised in this game. I'm making things up. But it allows us to slide across sand, which is very useful. So when Link's speed is set to, I think it's like a negative, if we can hold ESS and target at the same time, it makes him shoot forward, which is very useful.
Yeah, I believe the way it works in quicksand is that the quicksand doesn't let you go above a certain speed, but when you do the brake slide, you're going backwards, but with negative speed. So overall, you move forwards, but without the speed cap, because it doesn't cap negative speed.
Is that how you do that segment, H?
That was very much a fluke.
That was really fast, but also risky. I have never seen that before.
Yeah.
I am honestly flabbergasted.
I tend to just try and stay out of their way as much as I can. And hope for the best. I've never seen that. Get out your bingo cards, team.
Is this a good time to mention a few things?
You sure can.
Lovely. I just wanted to mention about the event itself. So Rapid Fire marks the 1-year anniversary of Rejects and Friends. It all started from one meme about being rejected from DDQ. In our first 2 main events, we raised over $7,500 for Planned Parenthood and expanded into our side shows, Event Horizon and Sub-Zero. Your support and viewership makes the event possible and a continuous pillar of the community. Rapid Fire is the official rebranding of our initial summer event, and don't forget to put !schedule into chat to see all the wonderful things happening, and !donate to get those donations in. Thank you, H.
No worries. So we're going into our first brake slides here, which kind of ruins me every time because having to hold target while those keys are around, it usually turns me around and causes me issues. But not today, which is very nice. We do not need to tell the keys to bore off today. At least not yet. We don't actually need to brake slide over this gap, I just do it for practice.
Yeah, so the inputs for the brake slide is you have to go from running forward in the sand to holding target and slightly down on your control stick in 1 frame, and doing that in real time is really hard at 60 frames per second, so you see she pause buffered to switch to holding down on the stick.
I'm not sure that's going to work.
It should.
Oh, it did. How exciting.
Nice.
Can you do me a favor and spin, please? There we go.
Spin around, move out of my way. I know you feel like I don't want to get you copyright strike because that was so like Kylie Minogue.
That was beautiful, H. You sounded exactly like Kylie Minogue. I was singing along over here.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. That didn't work.
Oh no.
There we go.
Nice.
I've been getting absolutely rubbish RNG here, where the bokoblin steps out of the cage and I can't block him in. So what I'm going to try and do here is throw a bomb so the bokoblin that pops up in the cage gets stuck in it and blown up, and then goes straight the other one. But he's already stepped out, which is really, really unhelpful.
Wow, that is really unfortunate.
Ooh, nice double.
Do that again. Do that again. Or miss. That works too. I don't know why he keeps doing that. He's just been doing it a lot.
I don't think I've ever gotten that personally on.
He's just like, I'm like, can you get back in? No, fine.
And then just a subtle thing there is that if you walk too close to that cage while he's still trapped in there, then you get this really long fight text. So H avoided walking to the cage too quickly.
Just about to do one of the biggest sequence breaks in this run. In terms of time skip, I'm going to break slide over this gap.
Ah,
So
that was very, very close.
Link doesn't always have a great sense of self-preservation here. He could just grab the ledge, but he'd rather drown. We're just gonna let him drown there because I didn't get ESS. This is
doing
very
this.
I find that happens or it doesn't.
Yeah, and doing this skips the whole Temple of Time area, which is just a bunch of like riding minecarts and running around the desert. Just lets us get nice.
There we
Yeah.
go. Congratulations.
Get right to the main part.
I'm just going to keep an eye out for these guys. Because they do like to ruin my day. Yeah, normally I have to bonk the other one as well, but he's playing nice today. So what we've got to do is get 3 nodes up and powered so we can get into the Lanayru mining facility, which we're told is where Zelda is. So one of them is in this room, so I'm going to throw a bomb here because that's gonna. Oh no,
That should work, I think.
That should still work, yeah. No, I was wrong.
Get rid of the ammo. So we're gonna get up here, wait for the cutscene so it doesn't drown me. Nice. Get over onto this. Pick up the bomb drop while my stamina refill. And then another brake slide. Good brake slide. Oh, that doesn't gonna work. We'll try that again.
Probably could have just ridden that shell across over there.
I could have done, couldn't I? It was there. Nice. See what I mean about Link not always having the greatest sense of self-preservation.
Just throws himself into some situations.
I'm going back in. Goblin, 4 off, get out the way. Thank you. It's just Beetle's delivery service as we get these little electric nodes into...
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Minnie. The beetle has like a sort of like weird HP system, right? When you send it off and when it bonks on something, like it loses like HP, which is basically converted to time in the air. Am I wrong about that?
I have no idea. I've never heard of that, but it would make sense.
It sounds very likely, so look, we're going to go with that. Yeah, Variety, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're so smart, Variety.
Thank you.
Variety could just be making all this up right now. We're like, yeah, sure, sure.
Although, if Minnie has never heard of it, then I'm probably wrong.
I mean, most SD categories skip the beetle nowadays, so I don't really know that much about it.
Is that because would you have the bow at LMF to shoot the bopper at the end?
Yeah.
And obviously, any percent doesn't pick up the adventure pouch like at all. So
Yeah, it doesn't get any items.
oh wait, that's not contingent on the adventure. That's contingent on getting the slingshot, right? The slingshot is
Yeah.
what gives you the item wheel.
Yeah,
That's
it also skips the adventure pouch, but
Yeah,
Good
more
time to mention-
bombing.
Oh, I'm sorry, H. This is a good time
That's
to mention
alright,
a
go
few
on.
things that are open and happening. Or would you rather me wait?
No, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to inform you of a few targets and polls we've got going on, friends. So we've got a couple of targets set for later on in the day. So we've got a Breath of the Wild relay happening later on. You can donate your money towards getting the Master Sword and getting the Hylian Shield. So all dungeons will be getting the Master Sword, and Hylian Shield will be added to any percent bonus. That's very exciting. We've also got a Luigi's Mansion Outbound showcase by our very own Minnie, who's in chat right now. In the commentary, this is Minnie. Hi, Minnie.
hi.
Very exciting, happening a little bit later on. There's also some polls still going. So we've got Say No More knows language. Spanish is still taking the lead, but Irish Gaelic is catching up. And we've also opened up the Stardew Valley Animal Choice for tomorrow's run with myself and Coffee Beans. You get to choose whether we're going to get a cat or a dog. And at the moment, the dog is winning, and I'm outraged.
I'm so glad that I'm not the only one who uses the beetle for this.
As soon as I saw you do that, I was like, that is so smart. Why do I not do that? Purely for
To my knowledge, you and I are the only people who do that.
If it works, it works, though, right?
Like, it's obvious, to be honest, it is indeed slower than just picking it up with your hands, but picking it up with your hands runs the risk of losing more time because it can electrify itself in your hands.
Yeah. And it likes to do that too. It very much enjoys electrifying you.
Yeah, it's technically on a set timer, but it really doesn't feel like it. It just feels like it wants to, like,
It
give
feels
you pain.
personal.
Yeah.
It feels very personal. So I've just got the one more node to get, and he is over here.
Whoa.
Guy's going to pop up now and say, "You need to set loads of beacons." And I don't want to
That's
set
fine.
loads of beacons.
Yeah, that should only happen while you're like walking through the quicksand, and Link is like, "Whoa, why am I not sinking in this sand?" But he's just doing it up there for some reason.
I just thought he was frightened of heights.
And
If the hero of the sky is afraid of heights, then there's something
You're in
wrong.
trouble.
luckily, this node is not in like a little puzzle cave like the other ones. It's just out in the open.
Hopefully I'm far enough away from
Well, this will work, right? Yeah, okay.
I spent weeks doing this, being like, jumping between the things and throwing bombs and being like, there's got to be a quicker way. Yes, there is.
I've got some quick donations if you've got a minute.
I do indeed. We've got an incredibly long cutscene coming up. All I'm
Oh, look
going
at
to do
that!
is
I
so
picked this well.
knock yourself
Picked this
out.
well. We have a $30 donation from Don't Thank Me Please that says stare, but also flappers. And that's gone towards lots of different things, including targets and polls, and the prize going for this run. Thank you very much, Don't Thank Me Please. And I know I've just thanked you, and I can't take it back. It's for now. I know. We also had a $10 donation from Goofed that says, let's set this right. Cat must win the bid war. Don't let the dog lovers win, please. And that's gone on to the Stardew Valley bid war for cat or dog. So if you've got strong opinions, get on in there. And don't forget, $1,250 will give us the bonus game of Super Mario 64. We're very nearly there. We're at 1,120 so far. Thank you, team.
Thank you. If there's anything else you wanted to let us know about, we've got a very, very long cutscene coming up. If not,
Oh
I
my
can just
God,
complain about
absolutely.
Lene Rewinding Facility for a while.
I can always talk H, you know me. I had to stop myself. I was like, I better not speak too much. Yeah, of course. Rejects and Friends wouldn't be possible without the help of so many volunteer coordinators, tech experts, hosts, chat mods. There are so many people working behind the scenes that you don't get to see. Special thanks to 31 Jason, you've seen in chat probably, Perry, Ghost Lightly, and Angry Demon Noises for their time and expertise setting up Raph's technical side. And you can see all of the fabulous people involved by typing !credits into chat. Back over to
thank
H.
you everyone. This is such a fab setup.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. We're just sorting this out so we can get this door open. Again, I'm getting rid of the, I thought I want to call it a throat, but I don't think that's right.
I think that's a spoon.
Yeah.
Spoon. Yes, you're right. We got rid of him, we've opened up this door, we're just going to run past all these little scorpions that just try and ruin your day. We're going to go in all these rooms, but we've got to do it in the right order. Here I'm just going to get rid of these, because they will want to ruin my day.
Yeah, so again, this is hard percent, so this is actually the end of the run, really. We just beat this dungeon, and that's it. And this is actually a really long dungeon.
Especially when H dies in the final room more than one time.
What's your favourite dungeon, H, of the three?
My favourite dungeon is the Ancient Cistern. What are you saying in this run?
It is I love that dungeon as well, I have to say.
I just think the design of it's so cool. And Coloctos, even though I need slingshot seeds. Even though he takes forever, is a really cool boss, I think.
Well, he doesn't take forever in the speedrun.
No, I need to learn that because I was doing Boss Rush the other night, and I was like, it took me, I'm not kidding, about 6 minutes. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
There are some pellets in one of the barrels back there if you want some.
In here. Thank you.
I'm always disappointed
There we
with
go.
the Ancient System boss that you can't take the big swords with you. Every time I'm like, come on, please. Please let me
We've
have
all
it.
tried to pick them up and take them out the door, haven't we?
Yep,
It's
100%.
useful. If only we could fuse it to the Master Sword like in Tears of the Kingdom. So, I just got a small key, which means I'm going this way. H did not just forget what she was doing. No. No. Him, because he likes to ruin my day. He's easily avoidable.
It's honestly a theme with the dungeon. This is a game where you enter a room and there's a door to your left and there's a door to your right, and then there's a locked door in the center. It's just
Yeah.
it's a very common dungeon
Yeah.
design in this game.
They did that in Twilight Princess a lot too.
Oh yeah.
It's like the dungeon is like split into like 4 different areas. You go like left, right, up, down.
Did a nice fun little trick there just by picking up the bomb with the hook beetle, which is going to come in very handy later on. Just to get rid of that crate and both the little scorpions at the same time, which is a neat little time save. You can also hit that crystal with a slingshot as well, but I have not learned that, so I did not do it. I'm worried. I'm in danger!
Got this, H.
I do.
At the end of these little conveyor belts, H is going to be met with a Beamos, which, confusingly, you can shield bash the laser in this game. I'm not exactly sure why they let you do that, but
I enjoy it though.
luckily H got to the Beamos fast enough to just slash it down, so she didn't have to worry about doing that.
What I could have done would be just let myself get hit by it, just to make this death walk coming up a bit quicker, but we don't play risky. We don't do that here. We take it easy and we avoid peril. See, that happened to me the other day, but it was the other half that didn't come off, so...
I think you should just be fine to jump over.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's come off anyway. That has never happened to me before.
Get your bingo card out.
So that's on your bingo cards.
Yeah, double Jeopardy bingo.
We're filling out these bingo cards, team, aren't we?
Alright, and we get the last dungeon item in the run.
Gust bellows.
Yeah, the leaf blower.
The reverse vacuum cleaner.
Yes. Did I just not? Yeah. Okay.
And then backtracking back to the main room is pretty slow, so just do a nice little death walk here.
Oh no! Oh.
What a terrible chain of events that just happened.
Yeah, I can't believe you cut Link's head off.
I just couldn't stop myself. I'm just such a self-sabotager.
Got this, H. You've been smashing it. Thoroughly enjoying the run.
We're going to go over here, because underneath that pile of dust is a button that I need to press, but I need to expose it first. Exposing buttons on Twitch, I know, I'm sorry. Every time. I don't need to do that, because the game's just going to show me, and I'm going to step off and it's going to show me again.
Yeah, they did make HD slightly less hand-holdy, but not that much.
You did a thing! You did a thing! The voice said, go.
And then last break slide, I think.
The last break slide of the run.
No, the last required one.
Yeah.
H could have a breakdance dance party in like the final room for like 10 minutes if she wanted.
Those were some good break slides.
I was pleased with those. They're good. H-Cat is winding her way around my legs. She's come to help. She knows that she's a black cat and therefore lucky, so she's just blessing her. We don't tell anybody about the tiny white patch on her belly because she gets angry.
I used to have a black cat growing up that had exactly the same age. It was called Sooty.
Sooty! My dad also had a black cat growing up.
Oh.
Big! Now I'm going to be very cautious in this temple because I am very good at dying multiple times in it just for really stupid reasons.
Yeah, lots of mean enemies in this dungeon.
Hey, Vinny?
Lots of mean enemies.
Yeah. Lots of terror. Ugh, like that. Come on then.
The worst part about the Centrope is that its death is not dependent on your speed. It is very scripted in the way that you must take it out. You don't have any ranged attacks to take it out, in other words.
And you can also decide from the other side of the room to just come over and bop you, which is very kind. And we appreciate it a lot. Okay. Sure.
Can I get a sneaky little update while you're doing this, H?
You can indeed.
Absolutely. So, on about our bonus game, which we are a lot closer to now, we've currently got $1,120 raised for Planned Parenthood. GG, chat. GG, team. That's amazing. We only need $1,250 to get the bonus game of Super Mario 64 70 Star by Leanne Heth. And I was talking to her in chat earlier, and she confirmed that an American accent, she's a Brit, just so you know, American accent is confirmed. And if you want to hear this, honestly, we need to make it happen. Her American accent is absolutely fabulous. So get those donations in, and of course it all goes to a good cause, the Planned Parenthood of Federation of America, as well as Leanne's American accent. Thanks, H. Just wanted to give a very important update, of course.
Very important updates. We want to hear the American accent. The only real thing I had to contend with there was the very odd Staldra AI. It just will like start picking on you and then be like, whoa, 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 and just go away. I don't want any trouble. So that's nice. You just got to be aware of if they actually are trying to cause you trouble or not.
This is an Armas, which is a really cool enemy in theory, but has a tendency to make runners cry because you have to slash one of the crystals and you must stab the other. And sometimes, for some reason, it just doesn't like to register the proper attack that you do on the crystals, and it just doesn't work. It's very heartbreaking.
What it wants, really, doesn't it?
And then in this room, there are some paths underneath the quicksand that you're supposed to look at the map to see, which is a really dumb puzzle, but we just know the paths off by heart.
Parkour!
An interesting quirk with the stamina management here is that you can run out of stamina on purpose. When you run out of stamina while crawling, it does not really lower your normal speed, so it is optimal to just run out of all of your stamina and wait for it to recover.
But in this room, under all this sand, somewhere is a little button. So casually you would just have to keep getting rid of all the sand until you find it. Luckily I know where it is. It's right there.
I love getting rid of all of the sand in this room.
I'm sure people have done it. I think I did do it casually just to see if there was anything.
Every time I've done this game casually, I always remove every bit of sand.
So we're now coming into minecarts with time shift stones in them, which is a really fun little gimmick, I think. So, ow, H-Cat, really? She's just standing there with her paws on my leg, which is very cute, but she's quite old, so she can't actually retract her claws anymore.
Oh no, H.
Anyway, where was I? So they will be changing the state of the Nehru mining facility as they move, which we're going to use to our advantage to skip most of this room. This is minecart skip. what I'm going to do is get onto the minecart and then whack the stone from on top of it to go straight over there and skip this entire room.
Nice.
Okay, I was like, oh, I'm not going to say anything. That was actually really good.
Just had a rather large donation come in. Can I jump in here, H? Absolutely lovely and very thank you to Marley, who donates $100 to say, I love good games, I love a good cause, let's get that 70-star run. That takes us to just $25. Am I doing maths correctly? You'd hope I would be as a maths teacher. $30. There we go. I corrected myself. It's fine. Nothing happened. $30 away from Leanne's run. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Marley, for that kind donation. We're very, very close.
Awesome.
I hope we can make it.
It also means that we get to see the Luigi's Mansion Out of Bounds showcase now.
Oh my
Oh, does it?
goodness. Thank you. I was so
Nice.
excited.
Thank you.
We have made the Out of Bounds showcase. Thank you, Marley. Look at that.
So TP has their stupid room. This is mine. And it's not the room that's stupid. It's me.
No. This room is
pretty
stupid.
Specifically, the centrope is stupid.
Oh, it ruins my day regularly. Are you? No, fine. No, I can't miss any of these bomb throws. Or I'm in trouble. Okay, we're good.
Easy. I wonder what could be under this sand.
You want to take bets?
Let's blow it up to find out.
It's the zombie zone.
Right, so there's a fun strat you can do where you throw that bomb like H just did, and you run past these conveyor belts before the time shift stone activates, but it's really tight, so it's not very safe to go for.
I actually once did get onto the conveyor belt as it went off, and I ended up getting yeeted into the void. It was very sad.
Yeah, it feels good to get it, but if you don't make it, you just fall off in the cutscene.
No! And there's nothing you can do about it either. Absolutely nothing. Okay, this little centrobe ruins my life
Aura.
daily.
Even when you're not playing Skyward Sword, he ruins your life.
He just pops up in my daily life.
Yeah, you can see at the other end of this room, there's that gate, which is where we're trying to get to. And if you don't kill that centrope, he can shoot the bombs like through that gate as you're in the other room.
Oh no. Thankfully that has never happened to me.
Oh, it's happened to me.
Oh no. I would cry. He's gonna get me right at point back, isn't he?
It's like you think he's not paying attention to you, and then suddenly a bomb just comes out of nowhere.
No. That I would cry. How many bombs have I got? Okay, that's good. Right. So I'm gonna do a very fun skip here. Usually you would have to go to the other side, bomb down the little sarcophagus things, and find a little pattern. I'm not going to do that. I haven't done that. I know what the pattern is. What I would also usually have to do is bomb down these sarcophagi to reveal little switches underneath. But I'm not going to do that because that's slow. So I am going to pick them up with the hook beetle and activate the switches through the little sarcophagi by using a bomb.
Yeah, and you can see, like in the middle, there's a bit that kind of sticks out, and the hitbox of that does actually stick out, and if you hit it, then the bomb explosion doesn't go far enough back. So she has to be careful to actually hit the edge of the thing to
Very
activate
nicely
the switches.
done.
Nice.
Thank you.
Hopefully
Very
you don't
nicely
fall
done.
down.
We're going to void.
No.
And we're going to just do a nice quick way of getting back here. So
Oh,
pattern
he's back.
is here. So
Uh-oh,
I'm just-
uh-oh.
Oh, I was hoping I could get him. And then,
Right, you got plenty of health. You should be good.
okay. One down.
Man, you're making quick work of the armors. Very impressive. Oh, I'm
How
sorry.
could you?
This is what happened to me when I ran the other day, and it was so unfunny.
You have a
Wow.
potion if you want to
Do
use
that
it.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
You had to say something, didn't you?
Yeah.
Just
you-
making my default quicker.
You can't shield bash the armors, can you?
Oh, I've never tried. It feels like
I would assume you cannot.
yeah, it feels like content, like, you know, physics-wise, it shouldn't be possible because they're much bigger than Link and very heavy with spikes on them. They're like a wooden shield with a few staples in it isn't really going to do much.
Yeah, but you can also shield bash plasma lasers, so...
Can I jump on in with a really important update?
You can indeed.
Fabulous news. We have made our first bonus game, Super Mario 64 70 Star by Leanne. Woo! Let's get some hype in, chat. We made it, and a huge thank you to Davo, who took us over the edge there with $64 to say, future Davo, get milk. You forgot last time, and we had dry cereal for a week. I think it's the most important message that we've had so far today. Important for you, Davo. Very important. And thank you for taking us over the edge there. Very thrilled to see Leanne run at that game. Thank you for letting me interrupt.
This also does mean that we're going to make Orchrist's life a little bit harder, and he's going to have to get the Master Sword during Breath of the Wild.
Oh, did we get the target? Yes. Fabulous. Poor Orchrist's life. Making it harder, are we? Now let's make any percent harder. Get Hylian Shield too, huh?
So I'm going into the final boss of the run.
You got this.
I have this. This will be fine. Which recently I've just been not able to fight whatsoever. So we're just gonna... First thing to do is to get in against the wall. Which makes something I need to do later a bit easier. It's difficult when there's two things like that, because Link doesn't always know which one's on, which is unhelpful.
Wait, that didn't kill you?
No, I don't, sometimes it doesn't do me any harm.
What? This fight is dumb.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
No, that killed me.
No.
Very sad.
Next time. Easy.
Next time. Yeah, I don't. This fight to me at the minute, I just can't get those shield bashes at the right time at all. It's just not competing in my tiny little brain.
No, shield bashing those claws is way more difficult than you might think. If you stand too close, the claws will go around you. If you stand too far away, the claws will hit you. It's just, there's a very, like, tiny place that actually makes it work. And it's, yeah.
Backflip. I don't know. We'll make it work.
You got this, I believe.
Thanks, team.
Sending you all my good mojo.
Or we'll just have our back to him, and it's not happening. Okay. Come on. We're just playing it ultra safe now. We're just staying well out of the way.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. Tail swipe is, there's nothing you can do against the tail swipe.
Alright. Just slow. It's nicer if I can shield bash them because Nice.
Nice second
Nice.
phase.
Go.
That was great.
So that's why you wanted him by the wall.
So
Just
he
spam
can't
stabs
get
on
away
him.
when I can have him up against the wall. He can't get away from my stabs. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Thanks,
H,
50. They were
what's
good
your
stabs.
what's your PB again, H?
201.43.
I don't know how long this takes. I have no idea.
It's gonna be close. It might be a minute and a half. So
Okay. I can't see a timer, so. Oh, I should have got the heart. What if I need it?
for tech's sake, time will be when the screen fades to white as H leaves this little chamber here. $201, what you said?
53.
43, you said?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're good. This takes about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Go, H.
Let's not screw this up.
Let's go.
Spinning to win.
Anticipation in chat.
Spin. Spin.
You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right round.
Go on, H.
Like a record. Okay. 3 more rolls I have to do.
Come
1,
on,
2,
let's go.
3. Time!
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
That's a PB, isn't it?
Congratulations.
H, that's amazing. Let's go.
GG.
Thanks, team.
Oh, please shout yourself out, H. Where can people find you?
People can find me at twitch.tv/hdog. So I have been playing Skyward Sword HD Harp for the past few months. My first run was actually early November. So I'm probably going to try and get sub 2. That's my target. And then from then on, either going to learn any percent or move on to some sort of TP related situation. And I've just seen it. I did a PB. Shit.
You did,
Yeah!
yes.
Anyway, so you can find me there. Lots of biscuits are eaten, lots of Britishness is made fun of. So yeah, I'd love to see you all over there. Lots of Honces are talked about and lots of nays go on. It's on my list. I possibly could do 50. I could do SD. But yeah, no, for now. No, says Variety. I would say a massive thank you to Variety and Minnie. Not only for commentating today, but from just being there the whole time I've been learning this. Like, well, why is it this working? And just very calmly and patiently explaining to me why I was being stupid. So yeah, thank you guys for that. It's been absolutely brilliant. And then yeah, thank you to all the techs and everyone coordinating today. It's been a lot of fun.
GG.
Thank you.
Thanks for hosting Abby as well.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Anytime. We're going to hop to a quick BRB in a second to get our next run ready as such. But another big thank you to H and the team there for all their hard work.